By the end of our session, you'll find out how you can join the Direct Sellers Wine Club that fits you best, why Direct Sellers is so different, how you can get your wine club membership for free, and even how you can get your free specials, bonuses, and perks when you become a Direct Sellers Wine Club member today. During this education session, I'll share the 5 key points about direct sellers you came here today to find out about. First, we'll cover direct sellers key point number 1, the wine industry. When you'll get up-to-date industry news about the business of wine, how wine consumption in the U.S. and worldwide is climbing higher every year. So much so that Chinese investors have actually purchased properties in a wine region in France. And you'll find out that the wine industry is growing at such an exciting pace. There's even a special stock market devoted only to wine companies, and wine properties. Next, in Direct Sellers key point number 2, our company. You'll find out about our company, Direct Sellers, why we exist as a wine tasting club, why we're different than any other wine club out there, and how we have positioned our company for massive growth in the next few years and far into the future. Then it's on to Direct Sellers key point number 3, products and services. When you'll hear all about how our company, Direct Sellers, works, including the products and services we provide to our members every month, how we choose our wine selections and where they come from, why we've gone above and beyond what any other wine clubs are doing with the unique products and services we provide that are so different and so much more valuable than just getting bottles of wine delivered to your door. Next, we'll cover Direct Sellers key point number 4, our referral program. This is all about our wine club sharing referral program, where you'll discover how you can get our wine club free, or better yet, get paid for your referrals, with us doing all the work, so you don't have to do anything but enjoy the wines you get each month. Share the experience with your family and friends, and get paid for anyone you refer to Direct Sellers. Plus, in Direct Sellers key point number 5, timing, you'll discover why this is the best time ever to become a part of the Direct Sellers family. How, just like hordes of people get in line days in advance of the next iPhone or iPad launch, you can be one of the first to become a part of our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club. So your wine-loving friends will think you're cool and on the cutting edge of something new in the wine industry, and how, for a limited time, you'll get to join as a Direct Sellers Founders member as we are rolling out the first phase of Direct Sellers, our Founders launch, which means you'll qualify for access to exclusive special bonuses, perks, and freebies that other members who join later will not have access to. But first, before we get to all the details, I'd like to take a moment and tell you a little bit about my story and why we decided to create our Direct Sellers Wine Club, and what the massive growth we have positioned ourselves for in the wine business means to you. I've been a businessman for over 30 years now. I'm what people call a serial entrepreneur. That means I've created and sold a lot of different companies over the years. I'm a regular guy, and I just know how to build successful companies. And fortunately for me, I was able to sell and profited many of my companies for a lot of cash. I was in the telecommunication industry for 15 years when I designed and implemented the $10 million distance learning wide area network for the biggest minority school in the country, where I met President Clinton that said it was the best in the country at the time. Later that year, we sold that company to U.S. Robotics for $60 million. Then, U.S. Robotics was sold to 3Com for $6 billion. Next, I started an internet service provider that served half the country. It was not an easy deal. So, to get out of it, I sold it to a voice-over IP company called Hercules for $400,000. Then, I started a VoIP company called Net4Earth, where I traveled to all the poorest third world countries, terminating phone traffic direct to them and bypassing the monopoly carriers and putting the money into our third world countries' partners directly. This was way before Vonage or MagicJack or any of the other hundreds of VoIP companies started sprouting up. That's when I realized I really liked being involved in business projects that directly helped people in some way. We made crazy amounts of cash before the tech stock market crash, and that was followed up with 9/11, which was terrible for many reasons, but caused an already faltering market more turmoil. At this time, internet and telecom companies were struggling to stay in business, and over the next 4 years, 500,000 telecom companies went out of business. I saw a niche opportunity selling VoIP equipment to the many VoIP providers that were still around. So, in 2005, I started a company called Palmtel and moved to South Florida, where we became the fastest growing telecom equipment company in South Florida. I had made more money than any other time in my life, living in a $1 million high-rise on the beach and building my dream home in Naples. Life was good, until the investor backing Palmtel went bankrupt. And soon after, I experienced a very unpleasant divorce. It was a bad time. I was in a bad place. I lost everything I owned and I built. On top of that, the real estate market crashed. I went from not having to worry about money at all to having to scratch for money and get menial jobs I hated just to have a place to live and food on my table. This went on for 4 years. I'm grateful those days are gone, that's for sure. I tried to bounce back after I'd heard about energy deregulation. I got in an energy company that ended up screwing people out of a lot of money. No one was getting paid. It was a real nightmare. I knew I had to get out of there fast because what they were doing went against all of my basic principles of helping people and making sure they're treated right. So I started my own energy brokerage company, iPower6. I pulled in one of my former business partners from Net4Earth to help found the company, Peter Sperling. He created a business plan which enabled me to raise $1 million from an Australian investor. I was still broke, so that helped give me a salary, but I couldn't pay our salespeople a salary. I started recruiting salespeople and we paid straight commission. My guys got paid immediately on every sale. It was a unique upfront payment program, instead of what other companies were doing, which was paying their sales reps when customers paid their electric bills. I wanted to do better than that. I wanted to make sure my salespeople were taken care of. I treated them like I wanted to be treated because before I got this salary, I was in their exact same position. So we did all the proposals for the salesperson who located business leads for us. We talked to the customer before the sale and closed the sale over the phone for our salespeople and gave the commissions to our salespeople, all so they could make a great income immediately. By just calling companies and getting electric bills, we closed the deals, and our salespeople got paid right away, something no other energy brokers were doing. It really changed the lives of our salespeople. That's when I realized I really liked helping the everyday person make money. So I continued helping people learn how to make a handsome income by just bringing in deals. And I'm proud to say I was a part of that. All in all, I recruited 600 salespeople. I ended up selling that company last April to a $4 billion publicly traded company. I did not make a killing and I did not get rich, but it put me in a better place. It put me in a good position for my next business adventure. So why am I telling you all this? Well, I'm not telling you this to brag. I just want you to know my story and where I'm coming from. So when I was figuring out what to do next, as the serial entrepreneur I am, I heard about this coffee company that started around the time I started my power company. When we had 600 salespeople, they recruited 5 million salespeople in the same amount of time. They were an MLM, a multi-level marketing company, which I had been against my whole life, and still am, mainly because they play it up so people think they're going to make $1 million, and only a small percentage really do. It's just not right. Yet, many people in that coffee company were making great money. Not $1 million, not even hundreds of thousands of dollars, but enough that it changed their lives. Many made enough to pay their mortgages, their car payments, and their living expenses. So I went to see them in Vegas for their annual convention, just to see what they were doing. Even though it was a very small percentage of people making lots of money, I was very impressed. Then, a light bulb went off in my head. This vehicle changed this small percentage of people's lives. These people don't need to have a ton of business experience. They don't need to know how to put a business plan together, raise capital, build sales forecast, project a return on investment, do presentations, or be a great public speaker. All they need to do is share something simple with their friends and family. Something we all have in common, no matter how smart or dumb we may be. I knew I wanted to change people's lives for the better. And I knew this coffee business was not the vehicle. So I called my partner and told him, we have to build a company that helps people. We need to change people's lives. They created 250 millionaires in 4 years, which is less than half of 1% of the entire company. Then my partner said, you don't have to create an MLM to change people's lives. They are pyramids, or at least that's what everybody thinks. That's when it hit me. Let's build our own direct marketing company. That's not a multi-level marketing company and is really legitimate, using all the good sides of leveraged marketing without the BS that is inherent of a typical MLM, where you don't have to pay money to join an opportunity, where you don't have to buy products they manufacture just so they have something to sell, so it's not a pyramid, but a company that leverages a sales force to make money, like those companies do, where everyone can share and get paid for referrals, where we're not promising people they'll make $1 million, like the typical MLM, which is wrong. I knew I could create something that had the best interests of people at its core, instead of going against the people's best interest. So then, the question was, what would that be? What kind of company? What's the product? Which brings me to direct sellers' key point number one, the massive growth of the wine industry. You see, we did a lot of research, and we decided to create our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club. And I'll tell you why as we take a look at the wine industry and why it's a great business to be a part of, and the massive growth the wine industry is experiencing now and will experience in the future. Here's what we found out. We found out that wine is heavily consumed in the U.S. In fact, we're the largest consumers of wine in the world. In 2010, Americans drank 380 million cases of wine, and this grows around 15% a year. The United States has become the largest wine market by volume. We beat Italy and France into the second and third largest wine markets in 2011. In 2010, total world wine consumption reached 2.6 billion cases. That's a lot of wine. And get this, nearly 2 billion more bottles of wine will be consumed in the world between 2010 and 2015. That's why we knew we made a great decision to get started in the wine business. Because people are drinking wine. They are enjoying themselves with their families and friends. They are sharing their wine experience with others every day in the U.S. This market is here to stay. And as you've just seen, it's growing by leaps and bounds every year. There's even a stock exchange for wine where merchants and vineyards connect to get their share of some of the most in-demand wines in the world. Plus, savvy investors in China who are aware of the worldwide demand for wine have taken note. They know with the current production available from wineries large and small, especially smaller boutique vineyards, properties where grapes are grown and wine is produced, will struggle to satisfy the demand of wine consumers as the industry continues its massive growth. So these Chinese investors have actually bought 60% of the properties in the famous Bordeaux region in France, knowing that their investment now will grow in value every year. Plus, there have been lots of other changes to the wine business over the last few years. The Huffington Post reports that wine consumption by a certain segment of the population has grown and is sure to continue as Generation Y, otherwise known as millennials, embrace the wine experience. These people, who reached the stage of being young adults around the year 2000, have shown they are a generation of pleasure seekers and at the same time have grown up being social on the internet. With their habits of socializing and sharing with their friends, as well as a generation who is already exhibiting a love for experiences and the finer things in life, millennials are expected to be the new wine generation, as they have already tossed the old-school party institution of kegs to the side in favor of wine. Also, it seems they don't need a special occasion to drink wine. And it's estimated that a whopping 25% of millennials find opportunities to drink wine several times a week. All of this news makes us very excited, and as you'll see in a few minutes, it can make you very excited too. First, let's dive into Direct Sellers key point number 2, about our company. Now, before I tell you about our company, Direct Sellers, I want to tell you what we are not. We are not an MLM. We're not a multi-level marketing company. We're not a network marketing company, like a lot of business opportunities you see online. Here's why we are different from all those companies. We are a people e-commerce company, which combines the power of social media, social sharing, and referring, along with an online membership community and e-commerce. People e-commerce is simply sharing the wine experience we provide with others and telling others about our fun wine tasting club, just like everyone does anyway with their friends and family. and with all their connections on Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social media communities. Just think about how you share restaurants you go to and movies you see with others automatically, and you don't even get rewarded with a free dinner or free movie tickets for doing it. Our People e-commerce concept is all about enjoying wine and sharing it with people you care about. That's what wine is all about. It's about good times with friends and family, with a great meal or afterwards sitting and talking, relaxing and having fun, enjoying each other's company. And when you share your wine experience with others and tell your friends about Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club, we think you should be rewarded. You see, in the past, what was attractive to me about my other businesses was that they were money makers. They paid the bills. But this time, this is different. What is attractive about our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club business is there's nothing about it that's serious. It's fun. And for those who want to get their wine club free or get paid for referring others, we made it so there's no selling involved at all. Zero. You can easily get paid for referring others with no inventory to store, no marketing to do, nothing but being social and sharing. You can't get more simple than this. You just share your experience with others, which people already do on their own. It's just natural. You see, most people drink, and many spend a lot of money on wine. So I figured, why not get to taste different wines with our business model? Wines you've never had and would never get access to on your own. And that's how we got started. I'll have a few more details about our business in just a moment, including how you can join one of our wine tasting clubs today. First, I want to tell you about how our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club works and how it helps people. In Direct Sellers key point number 3, products and services. Here's how our Direct Sellers Wine Club works. We have wine tasting options that appeal to different people who drink wine. It's a tasting club, so it's all about getting to taste wines from all over the world that you wouldn't find at your local liquor store or wherever you go to buy wine. Choosing wine can be very confusing. We've all been there. You go in a store to buy a wine and think, what should I buy? There are so many choices. Maybe you try a wine someone said is good. Maybe you tried a wine at a party and liked it, so you get that one. Or it's the wine you always get, that you know you like and it's good. But then you're drinking the same wine all the time. You never get exposed to the whole wide world of wines, which we just talked about, how it's huge and growing bigger every day. You're not getting to taste different wines. And as we all know, variety is the spice of life. That's why we negotiate with many different kinds of vineyards, what they call boutique vineyards these days, who pay special attention to their crops and their wines. These are not mass-produced assembly line wines. The unique boutique vineyards we source our wines from are all over the world, from places like South Africa and Italy to France and Chile and Argentina to Spain and many others, including classic U.S. vineyards on the West Coast in Seattle, Napa Valley, and other legendary wine-producing regions. We negotiate great prices from these boutique vineyards. They send us their quality wines at great prices. Then they are shipped directly to your home. And you get to try quality wines you would never have the chance to try otherwise. What's really unique about our wine tasting club is, when you like a wine you try, you'll be able to order more in a limited quantity at our cost, which nobody does. Which we can do when certain vineyards give us a great deal on a limited time wine offer. As you can see, we're building a community of people who get together to try different wines that they can reorder at our lower cost, that they can share with their friends, and have a blast discovering new wines every month. We have 3 wine tasting clubs you can join. First is our Wine Lovers Club, where you get 2 bottles a month delivered to your door. These are hand-picked premium wines from all over the world and from the U.S. West Coast, chosen by our Direct Sellers wine experts. You can get 2 reds, 2 whites, or 1 of each, whichever combination you prefer. And there is absolutely no risk. If you don't like a wine, just let us know and we'll send you another selection from our wine experts in your next shipment at no additional cost to you. Plus, you always get free shipping. And there's absolutely no risk because you can cancel your membership at any time with no future obligation. Next, we have our Red Fans Trio Club, where you get 3 bottles a month of great red wines handpicked by our wine experts from the world and the U.S. West Coast. Again, with absolutely no risk. Cancel anytime. If you don't like a wine, just let us know and we'll send you another selection from our wine experts in your next shipment at no additional cost to you. It's that easy. And as always, you get free shipping. Without having to do the wine shopping where you would have to choose from hundreds or thousands of wines you've never heard of. In fact, you don't even have to leave your home. Now, before we get to how you can get your wine club for free, let me tell you about our third wine club, a special club for those who enjoy the finest wines in the world. I'm talking about our Connoisseurs Club. As a member of our exclusive Connoisseurs Club, you get 2 bottles a month of some of the best wines on the planet, all rated 90 points or more by Wine Spectator, a website that is the standard when it comes to grading the quality of fine wines. All hand-picked for you by our super choosy wine experts. Delivered to your door, always with free shipping. You get 2 reds, or you can get 1 red with 1 white, whichever you prefer. And like our other risk-free clubs, you can rest easy knowing you can cancel anytime. But once you try our wines, you'll want to stay a member for a long time. Here's another perk of being a Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club member that you won't find anywhere else. As a Direct Sellers Wine Club member, you have access to your own Direct Sellers member page, where you can see all the wine we shipped to your home, and where you can check off all the wines you liked so you don't forget. Doing this enables us to build your wine personality profile. You can look on your member page and remember which wines you really liked. And your profile gives us an idea of the wines you really like over time. So, when a winery comes to us with a limited time special of 15 cases of amazing wine, with a burgundy flavor, with a bit of licorice and a hint of cherries, or whatever it may be, we'll be able to match that with our customer's personality profile, including yours. Then, if that wine special matches your personality profile, we'll let you know about the limited time offer so you can place an order and stock up. Always at our below wholesale cost that we have the power to negotiate with the different wineries. This gives you access to new wine discoveries you just can't get anywhere else. The benefits you just discovered are what makes our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club really special, and what makes us really proud of it. I have to tell you, this is the most fun I've ever had in business. And getting back to changing people's lives, here's the part where I reveal how you can get your wine for free. As I get to Direct Sellers key point number 4, our referral program. Here's how to get your wine club for free and get paid for referring others. Here at Direct Sellers, we offer a fun way for our customers to get their wine for free and even get paid for referring others if you care to. Maybe it's just an extra 100 or 2 a month, or maybe enough to pay your car payment or your mortgage or rent. Now, if you're like most people who have been paying for wine your whole life, you might think this sounds too good to be true. Well, it's real, and here's why. Referral marketing is not new, but the way we approach it is new. DirecTV uses a referral marketing model where their customers can get paid for referring. Other companies use referral marketing models too. We're talking about iconic American brands like Starbucks, MCI Phone Company, Sprint Phone for Business, and even Amazon Prime. If you've ever clicked on an email from a company asking you to check out another company's product, that was referral marketing in action too. Referral marketing has been around for decades. Here's how we can make a referral marketing model work in the wine business. You see, we have been able to negotiate a strong buying position that's never been done in the wine business, which is also why you've never heard of another wine club doing this, because frankly, there's just not enough profit margin in a standard wine club model. To make it work for our company, we take 50% of our profits and give it back to our wine club members when they refer our Direct Sellers Wine Club to others. It's that simple. Now, here's how a member can get their wine club for free. How you can get your wine club for free as a Direct Sellers member. When you like the wine you get delivered to your door, you're naturally going to tell your friends about it. That's just what people do. And the friends you share your experience with are going to share their experience with their friends. especially with something as enjoyable and fun as tasting new wines. So, sharing your wine club experience with your friends is something you're going to do anyway, and it's something your friends will do anyway. And what's great is, each time our club is shared with a new member, either by you, one of your friends, or even one of their friends, as your circle grows, so do the payments you get. So when you've referred 3 or 4 of your friends, you'll get paid around $10 to $13 each month. That may not sound like a lot, but when you refer 3 or 4 people to direct sellers, those 3 or 4 people will probably also refer 3 or 4 people to direct sellers. Once that happens, which typically takes a month or two, you get paid even more, which can add up over time and make your wine club free. How long depends on which wine club you're a member of. We credit any payments you get to your account, which includes payments from your referrals and from referrals made by anyone in your wine club circle. So you get paid each month when you refer others to Direct Sellers Wine Club. And the people you've referred to direct sellers become part of your direct sellers circle. Which means when anyone from your circle refers others to direct sellers, you get paid more each month. This goes for the friends you refer to direct sellers, the people who are referred to direct sellers by the friends you referred, and even the people who are referred to direct sellers by the friends of the people you referred. So even when your friend's friend refers someone to direct sellers, they are in your circle, and you get paid for all of those referrals each month. What else is great is this circle I just described is your naturally expanding group of wine friends, where you get paid each month when anyone in your circle refers new customers to Direct Sellers Wine Club. Because of the nature of wine and how people share their wine experiences with friends, your circle is sure to grow on its own. So the bottom line is, we pay you for your referrals and the referrals of your circle, while you're having a blast discovering and tasting wines you would have never tried, while you're finding out what wines you really like that you didn't even know you liked, while you're learning about wine every time you open up your Direct Sellers Wine Delivery and read about that month's Wine Expert's Choice, along with the best types of food to enjoy them with. And the fun doesn't stop there, because if you decide you want to get paid more each month, you just share what you've been enjoying with your friends and refer a few more people to the Direct Sellers Wine Club. And remember, it's not work, because there is no selling involved at all. Zero. It's that easy. We think it's an exciting business model we're very proud of, and we're doing even more to make this club as much fun as we can, while enabling you to get paid for referring more people to direct sellers if you choose to do so. That brings us to direct sellers key point number 5, timing. Our final key point, where I want to share with you why joining direct sellers today is a smart move. We're in our founders launch right now, which means it's an exciting time to become a member of Direct Sellers. We'll get to more about our founders launch in just a moment. Right now, I want to talk about how most people think it's cool to be what's called a first adopter. You see it every year. The people who line up seemingly for miles and camp out for days just to be among the first to buy the new big thing, whether it's the new iPhone or the new iPad, whether it's that latest PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, or Wii, whether it's the newest Corvette, Ferrari, or Tesla. There's just something about being first. In companies like ours, growth is everything. And if you're interested at all about getting paid for referring your friends to direct sellers and having a direct sellers circle of wine friends, being one of the first means you will have the longest time for your direct sellers circle to develop and grow on its own. Which means you could be in a position to get paid more than just making your wine club free, more than getting paid some extra cash, maybe even more than getting paid enough to cover your car payment, or even your mortgage payment every month. As you can see, especially with direct sellers, being one of the first is a big deal, and you're in a position to do that today. Now back to our founders launch, going on now. This is another great reason to join today and be one of the first members of Direct Sellers. You won't be the first, since we've been open for a few months already. We're selling wine, we're shipping wine, we're up and running. We already have Direct Sellers members, some of which are already referring people to our wine club. These members are already getting paid for referring friends to direct sellers. You can refer people today if you choose. What's great is, As our business grows, right along with the growth of the wine industry worldwide, soak in the payments you'll receive from your direct sellers referrals and the referrals from your direct sellers circle. Just like we talked about a little bit earlier, remember that the people you refer can refer others, and those people can refer others too. So you get your wine club free and can even get paid more than your membership fee right away. As the business grows and the wine industry keeps growing, there will be a lot more wine drinkers who think a wine club like this is the coolest thing they've ever seen, putting you in a position to get paid even more than we've talked about today. And help us help more people live fun, enriching lives. Plus, when you become a Direct Sellers Wine Club member today, you are officially a Founders Launch member, which means you'll get special extras, perks, and bonuses that no other members will get. Special bonuses and access to exciting extras like special VIP online wine events that future members will pay up to $249 to attend. A front-of-the-line pass for special wine offers, which enables you to get your orders before our other members do, ensuring you get a shipment before the deal is sold out. Free access to revealing wine and food education webinars that future members will pay $97 to $197 to attend. Live tasting events held online with phone access that future members will have to pay $129 each to attend. You'll also get to participate in our occasional Choose Our Next Wine Buy contest, where you'll get to choose the next wines we buy in our limited time vineyard special orders. And you'll even get to attend our Cooks with Books food and wine training series for free, hosted by myself and exclusive wine experts and chefs, as they reveal their favorite food and wine secrets. Again, other members will pay from $67 to $199 to attend these special wine training sessions. Plus, there will be even more special Founders members bonuses we'll announce later. So, if you like wine, there's only one thing left to do. Take action. Become a special Founders member of the Direct Sellers Wine Club today. There's absolutely no risk. Click the button below this video now, choose the wine club that fits you best, then start enjoying your new wine experience and share it with your friends. Now, before we wrap up this education session, I want you to know I built this business to have fun, so everyone can enjoy wine, so people can have fun and share it, and so I can change people's lives doing something that's fun, by enabling people like you to get paid too. So you can have a vehicle to get paid extra cash that's nothing like you've ever been a part of. I also want you to know how serious we are about this wine club and about you. In fact, this is the vision we have for our company and all of our members. All of us at Direct Sellers are professionals committed to enhancing people's lives, your life, through enjoyment and discovery of new wine experiences with your family and friends, and providing a vehicle to get your wine club free, and even get paid extra cash on top of your free wine club. Maybe even enough to pay your car payment, or even your mortgage payment. We are, and will be, continually focused on providing high value and a great experience to our members. And that includes you. We will always act with integrity as we provide a great experience and a lot of fun. After all, it's all just fun, getting paid and enjoying sharing the wonderful experience of wine with others. Now, I have to tell you, if you don't really like wine, it's likely that our Direct Sellers Wine Tasting Club is not for you, and that's fine. Everyone is different. But if you do enjoy wine, and the idea of getting paid when you refer others to Direct Sellers sounds good to you, just for sharing your wine experience with others, you are exactly who we designed this wine club for. And here's all you have to do right now to get started today, and become a Founders member today, so you can get access to all the cool specials, bonuses, and extra perks only our Founders members get, before all the Founders extras go away as soon as our Founders launch ends. So take action now. Just click the button you see below this video. Then, on the next page, review our wine club options that I've already laid out for you in detail today. Then click to join the wine club that suits you best. Do it now. And get excited, because your first Direct Sellers Wine Club shipment will be on its way to your door soon. Then we want you to have fun with your first shipment. Enjoy the new taste sensations you discover so you can share your wine experience with your friends and family. And see how easy it is to share our wine club with others. Then, if you choose to share with even more people and get paid on top of having your wine club be free, you can start doing that right away. It's been great having you on today's Direct Sellers training. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we go, I want to remind you to take action now and click the button below to get started today. And we'll be in touch soon to see how you're doing. I'm David DeStefano. Cheers. Thanks for attending, and have a great day.